Basically, I start off as library, and from there I start to build up my librarianship. And I am actually proud to say that I'm actually one of the first few people as a pioneer team to work on RPA. So after that, I actually had the chance to do a secondment with QPO, mainly focusing on DX, which is digital transformation, which I actually get to learn more. I get guide people, the colleagues, as well as becoming a trainer. So we are looking at bite-size sharing, and of course trainings and courses, starting from online forms to data visualization, as well as the enterprise RPA. So that's where I actually get to know Kylie. She's actually one of our colleagues who actually joined in the session and building up her digital skills in NYP.
When I saw the opportunity where there was this bite-sized workshop, I actually decided to just enroll myself because it's only 2 hours. That's when I actually met up with Karen. They actually roll out I think couple of weeks kind of RPA program. So that's when I actually further enroll myself into the RPA workshop. Yeah, actually I'm very thankful to my ROs. Without him, right, I wouldn't have a chance to come to HR. I'm also appreciative that I get to switch portfolios within the 1 year of joining HR, and I actually get to work with a wider community in NYP as opposed to within one school.
It has been a never-ending learning journey for me at NYP because previously I was an alumni at NYP, and then after that I was posted to 3D printing department, and then I went to pursue my undergraduate studies in Germany, and then finally I'm currently here at the aerospace department itself. This is something that actually Poh Ghee doesn't know. So when I first came into this aerospace department, I was rather lost. But Poh Ghee he reached out to me by actually talking to me, bringing me around this aerospace lab, telling me what are the different things that they do here, as well as providing me with some aerospace books for me to learn more about the aerospace sector and whatnot. So actually, Poh Ghee, thank you for that.
He can connect with the student. My age gap with the students are very wide. So I tend to be a bit strict because I come from the industry and I expect higher standard from the student. But he will come around and will moderate my approach. So I'm very grateful for his approach. So some module we were together, and with his presence, the students were happier. So I'm glad to have him with me. My proudest moment in NYP would be in the year 2020. World Skills Competition Singapore, whereby all the polytechnics and ITE we compete in aircraft maintenance. And guess what? Our student came in top, first and second position. I was so proud. I shouted. My family came down and asked me, "What is it that you are shouting?" I said, "My student won gold and silver." I was so proud for my student. Now the gold medalists will be going to Cardiff to compete against the world.
I think definitely I'm appreciative of the students who took time and effort to come back to update me of their lives, their milestones, and I do have some students who came back, after each milestone, or at least drop me a text. After their NS, after they get into uni, their first job, their first foray in business, and so forth. And recently, we just met up for coffee, and then he's actually expressed his interest to join as an adjunct. And I felt that life has come through a full circle, where not only when I first got into this profession to be able to impart knowledge, but also now I realized that I could also impart the love of teaching to the students. So it's very heartening for me to experience that.
Seeing students coming back to us and tell us how they are doing, updates about themselves, I think this is something that makes us keep going, I think.
Yes.
And the other thing is that not just about students, having supportive colleagues and staff and bosses actually helps us where we are right now.
Yes.
So that they believe in what we are doing, they trust us, and that's how why we stay on in NYP.
Yeah, I do agree with Kelly to say that supportive bosses make such a big difference. I went through one of the darkest years of my life, and then they were there for me, supporting me. And then, like what she said, they trusted me for me to pick myself up and get back to where I was. And then I'm really thankful for the opportunity that was given. I think related to opportunities, I think NYP not just gave local opportunities to its staff, I was given the opportunity to actually do a staff internship overseas as well. And this was back like 10 years ago. And it was something that is really current today and that idea just took off, and which is sustainability. I was sent to Melbourne. On Phillip Island per se, that's the best place to learn sustainability, and there we see it in practice already 10 years ago. And it was interesting because my life as an auditor, and I used to do stock takes, and I would count carton boxes on warehouse floors. But there I was counting penguins on the beach and koala bears on the trees. And so it was really a golden opportunity that NYP was able to support.
I started off because I wanted to go into teaching, and love of teaching has sustained me for 17 years in SBM. But it's not just teaching alone. SBM helped me grow a lot. So I had a lot of opportunities, honestly, to do a lot of things. So after 17 years, then I had another opportunity to move over to corporate to do communications. I was a bit apprehensive because I'm not a comms person. I don't write the way a comms do. I write in a very scientific manner. Then I went over, but I must say that I had three very good bosses of whom I can have very candid conversations. They allowed me to say what I want, they allowed me to do what I want actually, and they are very open. They understand what I need so that I can grow, and that to me was very important. So those are the most important motivation factors for me to stay actually.
If you ask me, 30 years has actually passed by, I suddenly recall that I joined them at the age of 28 and now I'm 58. I still find a lot of things to learn now, and I enjoy all the people here because we have makan groups also that actually we learn how to cook together, and if given a chance, I think I would like to stay until I retire.
I'm deeply appreciative of the many exposures and developmental opportunities available to me. And of course, I must mention the people in the Polytechnic. I'm grateful that whichever assignment I'm on, I have a bunch of wonderful colleagues with whom we craft and deliver meaningful work together. I think the whole journey has been challenging since there are often new areas, dynamic changes, but yet also exciting and fulfilling throughout the whole journey. The recent years about the fight with COVID, I think we definitely very proud of ourselves as Team NYP. Really, we persevere and we have gone above and beyond to explore ways to circumvent the challenges we faced. We are glad that actually we have overcome the challenges. We still deliver what we are expected to do, and even more. I think we are deeply appreciative to all our colleagues for the collective effort and selflessness in this episode. I think the work ahead would become only more multifaceted, no longer in silos. So maybe let us really embrace and exemplify the NYP values of nice teamwork.
Yes, that's right.
Helping one another to, and of course, the Polytechnic to grow and glow in the years to come.
There are going to be a lot of challenges ahead as we move forward into the future. And I hope that NYP will continue to work together and everybody works together to move ourselves into the future. Make big strides in teaching and learning, because that's what we are. We're an education institution. Big strides towards teamwork to grow NYP to the next future institute or IHL.
My hope for NYP is that, when we are outside, whenever there's this question about which is the best poly in Singapore, I do hope that NYP will come to mind for everyone.
Continue to produce, reskill, to upgrade workers, learners for the industry. And I also hope that the industry partners, the employers will recognize that our students are competent and capable for the job that they are doing.
I think we have seen that how the pandemic has accelerated change and made us more adaptable to changes, and I hope that NYP will continue to embrace change and be nimble enough to react and remain steadfast in overcoming the challenges to the next beyond.
I hope NYP will stay to be a caring polytechnic, so they will focus on the well-being of our colleagues and to be more family-centric.
Our future depends on the path we choose today. So my wishes for NYP are for successful and flourishing future.
20 years in NYP is a very long time. However, I am thankful to have met my badminton kakis and many wonderful people in NYP.
Continue to the same way that we nurture the students and cater them for the industry, so they can be able to contribute to the economy as well as the country itself.
Our hopes for NYP will be keep shining as
an innovative polytechnic.
As an educator, I would wish that NYP would be the premier institution that students will look forward to enroll in and to be their first choice, and that will provide more innovative and trendy opportunities for them. But as a staff, I do wish that you bring back McDonald's in. Thank you.
Thank you for the laughters.
Thank you for the tears.
Thank you for the fulfilling 30
years.
From the bottom of our hearts.
Love you.
I need NYP. Fighting! 加油！加油！
Scene 2.1, take 1.
要讲什么啊？Sorry, start. How do we start off?
Okay, 讲。
Okay, come. Do your walala again. Go ahead, go and do it. Yeah.
And bosses to allow me to do so. So that's why it motivate me where I am right now. Motivate balik. No, I want to retake again.